I'm Steve Deace. Welcome to Roar Rant. And after what happened on Thanksgiving, man, we needed to take some time off. I mean, that was like SOL rose up from the bowels of hell to say, miss me? Yeah, we didn't, actually. We never wanted to see you again. That was some serious SOL energy the Lions put on Thanksgiving. Now, we've watched that Thanksgiving game effort a lot the last 7 years because Detroit hasn't won a game on Thanksgiving since 2016. Barack Obama was actually still president. So we've seen this before, but we haven't been seeing this before from this team, which had the best record in the NFL over its last 20 games, 16-4. But the Lions just went out there and made a bevy of mistakes. Got bullied by a Green Bay Packer team that had 17 players from its opening day roster unavailable to play because of injury. That's right, 17. You could almost field an entire team of just whom the Packers had injured. But they wanted the game more. They took it from Detroit. Detroit wilted under the spotlight. Jared Goff kind of reverted back to LA Rams, Sean McVay, get him out of here, Jared Goff. The defense, again, couldn't get off the field. But here's the thing. The team is 8-3. And the Bears beat the Vikings Monday night, which means Detroit goes into December with a 3-game lead in the division. Do you remember the last time the Lions had a 3-game lead in the division heading into December in the NFL? You won't remember. Most of you weren't alive. 1954, folks. Ike was in his first term as president. 1954. Most Americans didn't own a TV set yet. 1954 was the last time. How long ago was that? The Lions would play at Tiger Stadium for another 20 plus years. That's how long ago 1954 was. That is the last time. That is most people don't know what an Elvis Presley was yet. That is the last time that the Detroit Lions went into December with a 3-game lead in the division in the NFL. The algorithms say Detroit's about a 94% likelihood of winning the NFC North for the first time ever. Now, games aren't won with algorithms. They're won on the field. But Detroit cannot lose this. No one else can win this division. Detroit's going to have to lose it. Now, Lions put together too many more efforts like we saw on Thanksgiving Day. They will. But this is a much more resilient Detroit Lions team than what we are accustomed to. Well, Steve, I don't think they're going to be a top 2 seed in the NFC now. You're probably right. But come on, man. Heading into the year, who thought we were going to be a top 2 seed in the NFC? No one did. The main goal of this year was to end that division title drought. And now heading into the final month of the season, that goal is well within sight. This is still the 4th youngest roster in the NFL. This is still a team learning how to win. This is still a franchise that has one playoff win since 1957 when Leave It to Beaver was in first run on television and Ward was first becoming hard on the Beaver last night. This is a building process. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're not going to go from perennial also-ran to Super Bowl contender in 1 year. You can see on defense now, the deficiencies in talent are showing themselves. The lack of players in the secondary. Go back and watch the game against Green Bay. You're going to see all that the Packers did most of that game was whoever Jerry Jacobs was on, that's where they threw the ball. Straight up, just go watch it. You're going to see whoever 23 Jerry Jacobs was on, his guy was the target almost every single time, if it was a wide receiver. Otherwise, they threw to their tight ends, and the Lions have struggled to cover tight ends in space for all of our lives. So this is still a roster that has holes. It still needs one more pass rusher opposite Aiden Hutchinson. It needs another offseason of Brad Holmes working his magic to have a Super Bowl caliber roster. But it's definitely a playoff team. It's definitely the best team in this division. It's definitely developing that championship medal. And you can see that we're the closest we've been ever to developing a kind of a pro football program here that is capable of winning a Super Bowl. It's not gimmicky. It's not hand the ball to Barry and see what happens. It's not let Matt Stafford throw the ball 50 times and hope for the best. This is a real program that is being built here by Holmes and Campbell. There's a real plan being executed here. And All of us at the beginning of the year would have taken 8-3 going into December. Every single one of us. Yeah, on hindsight, would I rather go ahead and have the Bears had won that game and then we come back on Thanksgiving with the entire freaking planet watching and played better? Well, I don't know. Yeah. Is your IQ above 15? Of course the answer to that question is yes. Nevertheless, we're 8-3. 90% of teams in the NFL would trade places with us right now. When was the last time the Detroit Lions were a team going into December that other teams wanted to trade places with? We're coming. It takes time. Wasn't all going to be built in 1 year. But we're close. We're close to getting to where we want to go ultimately in the next couple of years. And we're close to accomplishing the biggest goal of this year, which was winning the division. I'm Steve Deace. We'll see you next week right here on Roar Rant.